and welcome to Sweet Mother channel. My name is Ify. Thank you for joining me here today. If this is your first time of joining me, thank you, and click on the subscribe button so that each time I upload a video you will get it. Today I'm going to do a reaction video. I'm reacting to a video I watched on a channel called OBODO OYINBO TV. The name of the host is Bridget, and she shared a video. The title of the video is "I'm tired of UK schools," and some of what she said touched me so much, and I decided to throw some light or share my views. And now this video, this reaction, is going to be in two parts because I don't want the video to be too long. So be sure to click on part 2. I'm going to leave the link at the bottom of the screen. I'm also going to leave the link to OBODO OYINBO TV down in the description field. So be sure to check her channel out as well and subscribe. So the first part that she talked about was discipline. Disciplining our children in UK is against the law to discipline your children in terms of smacking, in terms of, causing some kind of harm or damage to the child's physical being or mental being. But in terms of disciplining our children other ways, like giving them instructions, because there are so many types of discipline. There are so many types of trying to correct a child. Not disciplining your child at all. Personally, I don't think that's right, because we should, in terms of discipline means to correct a behavior. Now, it depends on your method of correcting that behavior. A type of discipline could be talking to your child, telling them, oh, this is what you've done. This is what you should do, or this is what you've done. Why did you do that? And tell your child the consequences of that action. I lived in Nigeria and I know what goes on in schools. There's an advantage to disciplining and there are disadvantages. Now the advantage is that I remember then in school, this was now in secondary school, our biology teacher, if you do something wrong, he will tell the whole class to go outside and cut grass, or as a boarding school student, he will tell us to go to the kitchen and wash the big massive pots that they used to cook. So that was a type of punishment. In secondary school, I wasn't smacked. Smacking was not allowed in my secondary school, but we were punished, like go and cut grass under the hot sun, go and wash pots, and believe me, when you finish cutting the grass, though, you behave better the next day. If the biology teacher says, oh, you need to answer these questions, you need to know this chapter by tomorrow, that evening you see everybody reading. Evening prep, afternoon prep, everybody reading, so that we don't get punished the next day. So that's the advantage. It will be better behaved. The disadvantage of this discipline is that some people or some parents or some adults can now be brutal, maybe causing harm to the child, and that will not change the child. That will actually cause more harm by affecting their mental and their emotional state. So personally, I believe there has to be that balance. What I do as a parent living in the UK is to talk. You do more of talking and not yelling. There's a difference between yelling and talking. Before, I used to shout. Even sometimes there are some things that a child will do, you'll be pushed to yell. It's just natural to be pushed to yell. From my experience, what I found out is that yelling actually shuts the child down. Now the child is no more able to really express themselves. You're asking, why did you do that? Why did you do that? Why did you go there? You're shouting, and the child is actually scared of that shouting, and they're not going to tell you why they did that, and they're not going to tell you why they went there, because you're already scaring them. And it depends on the child you're actually talking about. There are different strokes for different children. For small children, you don't talk to a small child, maybe a child of 2 years old, the way you talk to a child of 9. You don't talk to a child of 9 the way you talk to a teenager, so there are different things. If I yell at my teenager, he's going to look at me and say, but why are you shouting? And it's like, it can be so annoying. So I've really learned, right, because parenting, being a mom, is all a life learning journey. You learn as you go along, and what works for you and your children may not necessarily work for another parent and their child. But what I believe is that there are different forms of discipline. You must instruct your child the way they should go. Otherwise, when a child grows up without structure, there are a lot of downsides to that. the child can become so lazy, the child can become disrespectful, the child can become rude to you or even their teachers in school or to other children. That's where bullying comes from. That's where crime comes from. In the UK now, there's a lot of crime. There's a lot of knife crime, but that's a different story altogether. And you'll be wondering, where are these children from? Don't they come from homes? But this is what happens when you don't have a structure or when you don't sort of communicate things with your child at an early age. I remembered one time, this was so many years ago, my son was in reception then, and I went to drop him. While I was hanging his jacket and his bag on his peg, there was a parent, a mom, that came in with her son. And all of a sudden, I don't know what they were talking about before they came in, but all of a sudden what I heard was, "Mom, don't be stupid." And I was saying, okay, no, maybe I'm overhearing things or I'm overthinking things. And he said it again. "Mom, I said don't be stupid." And the mom just said, "Yeah, but what I was trying to say is," oh my God, I don't know what to do. If a child starts from the age of 5 to tell the mom, "Don't be stupid, Mom," what do you expect the child to do when they are 10? What do you expect the child to do when they are teenagers? So you start from an early age to curtail a lot of things. You start from an early age to treat a lot of things. That's why communication. My sister is a teen coach and she's so big on communication. Communicating with your teens, communicating with your children. You don't wait until they are now adults before you now start talking to them. No, it's that when they are little, you start that communication. Every day after school, how was school? What happened today? That would make the children open up to sort of tell you bits and bobs of what has happened in school, and you use that opportunity to sort of advise them or tell them, "Oh my God, you really? Oh, no, you know, this is what you should do, or if this happens, this is what should happen," or something, so that your children are in the know. Most times our children have friends, and they could have friends that have bad behavior. They could have friends that are rude. They could have friends that even use bad words. What do we do? It's by talking about these things in the house, by talking about them, so that when they go out there, they're able to, even though someone they know is saying these things, they know they are not supposed to say those things. Bridget talked a lot about detention. Oh yes, they give a lot of detention. But like Bridget, I keep asking myself, why detention? What does detention do? I remember my son, they gave him a detention. He forgot his PE bag or something like that, you know. And what is the detention? They sit in a class maybe for half an hour or maybe 1 hour. Sit there doing what? Do they give you people something to read, art and craft? No. So what do you do there? Nothing. Will they forget the PE bag next time? Of course, yes. What does this detention do? Does it change their behavior? I don't know. But personally, I don't think so. Now, another aspect of discipline which I wanted to cover is, especially in the home front, the lack of discipline can make a child nonchalant about anything in life. Lack of discipline can make a child very lazy because the child is not disciplined. Even to take their plates after they've eaten, it becomes a chore, it becomes a problem. So I feel, when I was interviewing my mom on my podcast, she mentioned a very good point. My mom said, get children involved in what goes on at home. And this, again, is from an early age. When you finish eating or you have children, have a rota, a timetable. Who is washing plates on Monday? Who is washing plates on Tuesday? Who is going to sweep the living room today? Who is sorting out the kitchen today? Who is taking all the clothes from the basket into the washing machine today? You know, so set different little duties. Even a child of 2 years old, a child of 3 years old can sort out socks and can pair socks together, and their duty will be to pair socks, put 2 red socks, put 2 blue socks. The more children get involved at home, that's a form of discipline. Get them involved in house chores, teach them and show them how to be respectful. Don't always yell at your children. Talk to them. When you watch a lot of African Nigerian movies, you hear, "Oh, you will not kill me today. I didn't kill my parents, you will not kill me today." Now, a child in UK will not even understand where you're coming from. I would understand where you're coming from. But your child born in UK or maybe brought up in UK will not understand. There are different different types of ways to talk to your child. And depending on your child's age, you shouldn't do as if you're fighting with your teenager. You shouldn't do as if you're fighting with your child. You're the adult. You should be in control. And there are different ways of being in control. Do you know that you can be in control by talking very gently? You can be in control only by your body language. My elder sister, when she opens her eyes at her children, they know exactly what she means. They know she means business. When you see her eyes, my goodness. Now, there are some people that don't have that big eyes to now look at you, but their body language or the way they will speak as in, come here. What did I tell you? You know, you almost subconsciously evoke fear in the child. Our children need to know that we are the adults. They need to know that we are in control. When they see that you're in control, because they know when you're in control, you need to tell the child, this is what you've done, and this is the consequence. So tell me in the comments below what you think about what I've said in terms of behavior, being respectful, both at home, both in school, good behavior, getting involved at home, not over yelling, talking, more and more talking, and just connecting with your children. Let me know what you think in the comments box below. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to watch the part 2 to this reaction video. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.